Hello everyone. So welcome back to the Blockship channel to 3.0. This is me Aram Tarek and today's episode is really special because in this mini podcast, well, that's what I would call it, we would be talking about the Luna crash. As the heading says, the lunatic nightmare. So today we have with us Samra. She is also a part of Xord and she has been working with us for quite a long time, and she today will be sharing the knowledge that she has or the information that she has researched on this crash of Luna. So hi Samra.
Hello, Aram. Thank you for having me.
Not an issue. So Samra, we'll just kick this right off, as this is a very short podcast where we are going to discuss about this. So we'll start off with the first question: that what is Luna, or you could say Terra, and why did it dump so bad?
Right. So, as you must be aware, and as our listeners would be aware, that there is this concept of stable coins within the crypto ecosystem. What stable coins are basically they are pegged to a particular currency in the real world, and in most of the cases, it is the US dollar. So basically, they you can say there are different types of stable coins. Some that are pegged to the USD in the sense that they are collateralized by actual USD in a bank account, whereas some are collateralized by crypto assets such as Ethereum or BTC, whereas there is this third kind, algorithmic stable coins, which are not backed as such by a collateral, but they are kind of they use the principles of, you can say, game theory to kind of maintain their peg to the US to the US dollar. So coming to the case of Terra Luna, it is a stable coin that is pegged to a USD, but it is an algorithmic stable coin. But the way Luna works is that in order to mint or in order to issue USD, which is the stable coin of Luna blockchain, you have to give as collateral a particular asset, and in this case, it is their own native token, which is Luna. So users would give Luna to the protocol and will mint USD in return. So this is the gist of the Luna system. But coming to your question, that why did it dump so bad, I think the reasoning for this could be attributed to the fact that the collateral that they were using to mint the USD was their own native token. So what happened was that when you compare it to any other protocol such as MakerDAO, for example, which issues DAI as its stable coin, the collateral they use is Ethereum, right? And that is not the native token of that particular protocol, but here the native token is the Luna, which was used as a collateral to issue the USD. Now what happened was, once there was a pressure on USD, that is, people were selling it, and there was depacking that was happening, because whenever there is a sell pressure, that means that there is more supply and less demand, and which makes the price of a particular asset make the price of an asset go down. So what happened was, when there was a sell pressure in the market on USD, that badly impacted the Luna token, which is the native token of the protocol, because these two are interlinked, right? So not only was USD going down, the native token, which was the collateral asset, that started going down as well. So basically, in order to maintain or back up the USD, the asset which was there, Luna, started losing its value as well. So there was nothing to back up Luna, and hence we saw the big dump. This was basically, you can say, a death spiral, where just because USD was going down, it impacted the native token of the protocol, which is the Luna token, and it started losing its value as well, because people started selling it in the market, and hence the collateral factor or the collateral asset also started going down, and there was nothing to back up the USD with, basically.
Okay, so the ecosystem, the whole of the Terra was designed to bring the security and stability to the market because if of its backing by the stablecoin, right?
Yeah,
But now the Terra USD has depegged,
yeah.
and the consequences have rippled across the crypto market. How do you see this whole phenomenon?
So yeah, I mean, it has depacked badly, and obviously when these incidents happen, they just don't impact that particular protocol. They impact the entire ecosystem, and people would be less likely to kind of invest in the ecosystem, at least for the short term, because they see these things happening. How do I see this whole phenomena? Obviously, I mean, at the moment, what is happening with regards to Terra itself, I think there is a proposal up, where they've decided that they do not no longer want to continue with the UST, because they think that the peg cannot be restored back, and they're looking to fork the Terra protocol. And basically, what will happen is there will be a Terra Classic blockchain, and there will be its fork, which will be called Terra, and it will have a native token, Terra Luna, whereas the previous chain's token will be called Terra Luna Classic. So there will be no USD anymore. I mean, as far as the newest proposal goes, and it has got, I think, 80% of the vote to go ahead as well. So I think this is what is likely to happen.
So the depicking of the UST would not be tied to the Luna coin.
No, look, there will be no USD anymore as per the new proposal. It will only be a Luna native token of the blockchain Terra. And obviously, the stable coin was just one of the use cases of the blockchain. There was other DeFi or other application related activity happening on the Terra blockchain itself. So in order to continue with that, there will be a forked blockchain, but the UST part of the UST part, or the stable coin part, won't be there anymore.
Okay.
Yeah.
So the experimental stable coins are volatile, right? And it is
Yeah.
believed that it will take some time to find a good stable coin to be in that algorithmic space.
Yeah.
So how do you see that?
Yes, I mean, see, these are all experiments, and we have to view them as experiments, as you have rightly put. And obviously, some of these experiments will fail because they rely on a lot of game theory and, you can say, economic principles. So it will take time for something like this to emerge, because the thing is, with the algorithmic stable coins, they rely on consistent demand. So whenever there is consistent demand, everything is fine, because users are able to, kind of, I mean, the system is able to maintain its peg. But once the demand starts going down, and suddenly there is a sell pressure because of, for whatever reason, as it happened with the case of UST, then the system starts crashing down. So I think it will take some time. People are researching on it. Eventually they should be able to come up with a stable coin that is algorithmic in nature. But one has to be very wary of such protocols, because of the fact that nothing tried and tested, nothing has been time tested with regards to algorithmic stable coins, and that's the risk factor attached to them.
Okay, so everything that you have told was from a side that was quite technical, and the backing and all the stuff and all the things that are going to happen with the Terra USD.
Hmm.
So with this crash previously, that in the 2 days that happened, everything happened, we had
Hmm.
seen a lot of people lose a lot of investments. People
Hmm.
had some of the people that were traders, some of the people that were technical people who used the blockchain to do some work. Everybody
Hmm.
lost a lot of investment.
Hmm.
So if we talk about a mindset that is needed for such crashes, what should people think, what should an individual think if they see something like this? Because it was also rumored that there were suicides. That's just a
Hmm.
rumor, they are not
Yeah.
confirmed yet. But
Yeah.
still, how do you cope up with such things from your brain, from the psychological perspective?
Right. So basically, I mean, this is not any financial advice or anything, but I think the the mindset that you need to have first and foremost is that do you actually first of all believe in the Web3 economy, and do you believe in this technology that we call blockchain, right? First and foremost, that should be there. Secondly, I think you need to understand that this is a very, very experimental technology. It is a very nascent technology. So probably like the dot-com bubble that happened. So in that crash as well, 99% of those startups got wiped out. So I think people need to understand the risk element attached to investing within the crypto space. So that is there. That people need to understand that this is a very, very new technology, and it will take time for it to mature, and then for one to be able to identify clear cut winners, we are very long, I mean, we are very, very, very far from there. So that is there. And plus, obviously, I mean, I would say that you should not look at it. I mean, most of the people are looking at it as a quick rich scheme. They hear these stories, these one-off stories where somebody made millions through Shiba Inu, for example, and they think that they could do the same. And I think it's people who operate out of greed end up getting burned as well. So you need to understand that it is not a quick rich scheme. Because if you play it like a quick rich scheme, you are basically making a gamble, and in a gamble your probability of winning is very, very low. So I think this quick rich mindset needs not be there.
So there you have it, folks. Samra, as Samra said, that don't utilize this as a quick rich scheme. The Web3 space is quite new. It is quite fresh. It has to take some time to get to its maturity level. So things like this might happen in the future. We never know. So if you are in this space, just keep a mindset of to be stable, to be a true believer, and everything will go pretty good. So thank you, Samra, for your time.
No
And
problem. Thank you
in
for
the
having
future,
me.
in the future, we'll be collaborating again for any such events that happen.
Sure.
Let's hope not.
Let's hope not. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you
Okay.
so much, Samra.
Most welcome.
Bye
Bye.
bye.